Yo, what's up guys, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about why I quit Firestone. So, I guess to start off, I'm going to start with, I tried to quit before. I tried to quit in 2021, July of 2021. Tried to quit then. The first time I tried to quit, we hired in a technician that was previously hired before, and then I don't know if he got fired or quit or something like that, and he hopped from dealership to dealership to dealership, and came to our shop. Was a bad technician, in my opinion, a bad technician. I don't have video proof, and it's my word against everybody else's word, and my word against his word. So, in my opinion, he was a bad technician. Um, took a bunch of hours away from a lot of the people in the shop. We all got pretty salty. I got pretty salty. My hours dipped quite a bit. I was even hitting guarantee sometimes, and that's not something, like, if the work's there, like, and the work can go around, if somebody's making 80 hours in the shop and everybody else is making like 40, 30 and below, there's a problem. There's an obvious problem. And the problem is that person making 80 hours, they're stealing work, or there's not enough to go around, or they're not stealing work, and the people and the people who are getting the 40, 30 hours aren't doing anything. That's rare in some cases, but it happens. Just want to say it does happen. Before anybody starts making comments down in the comment section, comment warriors there, I know it happens, okay? But most of the time, it's the person making 80 hours and everybody else making 40 or 30. The person making 80 hours is usually stealing work, or they have it in with service writers and they're just getting fed work, a bunch of work, and nobody else is getting fed work because they're the liked person in the shop. I've had that happen. I was the liked person in the shop for like a week or something like that. Maybe a little bit longer. I was the liked person in the shop for a while when I went to a different shop. But yeah, I quit because the person in the shop started stealing a bunch of hours. So I was like, you know what? I'm done. I was like, I can't take this. I need financial stability. I was like, I can't survive off of, like, well, one week I'll get 70 hours, the next week I'll get 30. Next week I'll get 50. Like, it was a lot of ups and downs where I was. So I was like, I'm done. I was like, I can't do it. And they were like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold on there. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Before you leave, what if we transferred you to this new store that doesn't have anybody, and you'll get all the hours you want? And on top of that, we'll bump your pay. And I was like, well, shit. Say less. Bump my pay and make more hours. You can't beat it. I was like, all right, sounds like a deal. I was like, sounds like a winner, because I was financially, I was happy with the amount of money I was making and the amount of hours I was getting with when that technician was not in the shop. So I was like, I like Firestone, I just don't like that person, or the technicians that can come in and out of Firestone, or whatever. More or less, like, the work, I didn't like how there wasn't an infinite amount of work. You'll get to know more about what I'm saying towards the end of the video if you stick around, I guess. Um, so I was like, you know what, I'm done. Got hired back into into another Firestone, and I was like, all right, this is really nice. I enjoy this Firestone, like everybody that I'm working with. And don't get me wrong, Don't get me wrong, I loved everybody I was working with in the other shop that I was working with. Okay, everybody was great. Everybody was awesome, except for that one technician. Didn't like him. I'm sorry. Me and that guy were too much of go getters, and you can't have like two go getters and not enough work in the shop, and that's what happened. So, yeah. Um, moved, went to this new shop. Everybody was great. I was like, yeah, awesome. I was getting more hours than I've ever gotten in my Firestone career or whatever. And I was learning a lot too because of the technicians that were there. Don't get me wrong, it's not like I didn't learn anything where I was. It's just I learned more faster moving, if you get what I mean. And also while I was there, they were like, "Yo, dude, you're awesome, like blah blah." Um, they like talked the shit out of me and like talked me up and got me to a pay to where I was okay. Um, and I was like, okay, this is pretty good. Stayed there, and then the same exact thing happened. Kid you not? Wow, crazy stuff, right? Wild, just wild. Except like I'm not gonna blame it on the person that even came back into the shop. Well, kind of person that came back into the shop. Uh, you know what you did and you know what you're doing. Like I love you to death, but you know what you're doing, and you know better than the person that I went away from in the other shop that I worked for, in the regards of like the quality of work that this person that came into the new shop does is better, but like the taking of the work and the cherry picking of work is just crazy. It was just crazy, and I was getting oil changes, tire rotations. I would get CVIs here and there, but like any work that was like sold, like this is happening, was going to this other technician. This other technician was also a person who could write tickets and take calls and make appointments. So any appointment that they made, guess what? They got. And guess what? If they like upsold stuff and stuff like that, and they were fast, don't get me wrong, but they messed up quite a bit and caused a lot of comebacks, and everybody like still looked at that person like, yeah, this person's great because they pulled numbers. So like Firestone, it's about numbers. Like if you pull numbers, it doesn't matter what you do. Like it could be your first week back, and you could you could ruin 3 cars in all in one go. Literally all in one go, pulling into a parking space, ruin 3 cars, and still not be fired, as long as your numbers are good. As long as your numbers are good. Like, don't get me wrong, I wasn't the greatest person in the world, but like that's 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 what we're talking about, and I mean that's why I quit again, because I wasn't getting the hours. This person was cherry picking. There wasn't enough work to go around, and the work that was coming around, like I was busting my ass for like a lot. Like, don't get me wrong, I was busting my ass for oil change and tire rotations, along with tires and alignments. But I was busting my ass. Like, you shouldn't have to bust your ass to make a paycheck. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I don't care what anybody tells you at Firestone. I don't care what anybody tells you at a third party location. You don't have to kill yourself to come home with a decent paycheck. Like, and to come home with hours. You just have to be good at your job, do quality work, and the speed comes. But it's not always like the way it's looked at Firestone is like they have a big whiteboard that like shows you your productivity and your hours for the week and your like goals and stuff like this, and they list everybody. It's like they made it into like a little competition board, and it's like it's great to be on top. It's great to be in second place. It's great to see you go up and down and stuff, but like you made it into a competition. It's not work anymore. It's just a competition. And like when somebody's obsessed with that competition and obsessed with seeing like these numbers at this amount all the times, like it it's like it's unhealthy work. It's healthy when like the whole shop's, working together and like, yeah, let's hit these sales goals for this month. Let's set a new sales record this year or whatever. It's unhealthy when somebody's obsessed with, oh yeah, I want to hit the most amount of hours I've ever hit this week, and I don't care if I'm starving everybody else, even the people who have families of hours. You know what I'm saying? And that's what ended up making me leave the second time, and I was done with Firestone. And that portion kind of made me realize that honestly, honestly, it doesn't matter where you are in the automotive industry. There's always going to be a person that comes into the shop that's like that. Whether it's you, whether it's me, whether it's the next person, whether it's whoever, there's always going to be the person that comes into the shop like that. And at the end of the day, uh, I'm just out here trying to make the most amount of money I can. And I got an offer I couldn't refuse, and I'm glad I took it because it's a lot less stress. I went on a limb because I was pretty much done with Firestone ever since I went into the shop that I was at. I just got hours and got money, so I was like, I'll stay because of the money. And yeah, I was still unhappy, so I left and went to a dealership, and I work for Nissan now, so that's it's nice. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. It's better than where I was. Uh, am I gonna sit here and shit on Firestone? No. Am I gonna sit here and be like, "Oh, go work at Firestone"? No. Am I gonna sit here and tell you the truth? Yeah, I'll tell you the truth. If you got any questions, leave them in the comment section below. That's pretty much it. If you want to know anything else, let me know in the comment section. I'll add an update video or something. I'm bad at making videos, but here I am. I'm gonna try at least do one a week or something like that. But yep. Thank you guys for watching, and peace.